Hi everybody, I'm Jack, Mr. Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. So, fully raw vegan or raw till 4? Which one? Do you have the answer? Think about it for a minute. It was a trick question. Or either a trick question. That shouldn't be the question. Or the answer should have been, an alternative answer should have been a whole food plant-based diet. Come on, I've told y'all that one before. I was looking back to, I'm organizing my notes, and I was looking back through some of the stuff I've written today, and I had to knock some of it down. I really have to get that organized. I write down some pretty good stuff at night sometimes, and I forget that I've done it. But a whole food plant-based diet. I know I read this particular quote, or I read this on a video before. I can't remember which one. This was by Happy Healthy Vegan. He was talking about veganism one day and the health benefits and stuff. It's been shown eating a whole food plant-based diet is the best diet for people. And this diet helps prevent one from getting 13 of 15 of the leading causes of death in the West. Doesn't say raw, doesn't say how raw, doesn't say this or that. It just says the vegan diet will help to prevent a lot, 13 out of 15. I'm not sure the percentage on that, but that's pretty big. So it's about eating clean. I know you're saying, God, are you going to tell us this again? Yeah, it's about eating clean. Like I say, instead of those two, it should have, the first things that came into my head when I was thinking, even when I just proposed the idea for the title was fully raw versus raw till 4, I was thinking, two things came into my mind right away. Whole food plant-based diet and low fat, high carb. Those two things. Those are the two things that we really need to be focusing on, so much more so than the raw thing. Somebody's going to figure out, wonder after a while, like, I'm always talking about the cooked food. Am I not for the raw food, or what's up with that? No, I do. I eat it. I just don't. It's funny. I do it, and I eat fully raw, and I'm probably moving towards. I was even thinking about this next trip coming up next week to the States. This is Christmas. I don't eat my cooked food this time, but I might even drop some more of the cooked food on that next 3-month trip in March or April. But even so, my message won't really change, because it's not about joining this club. I think a lot of times we like to join things. As human beings, we feel good being in groups of people, so we need to take a label. We need to join. And that's why I'm going to probably be lonely on this journey, like I've been on a lot of journeys, because I just don't join. I'm not a joiner. I'm a weird type person. And I was writing this, and this just kind of sums up like how I was thinking about, how I'm thinking about this. Are you truly seeking the highest level of health, or are you caught up in a doctrine, doing something blindly without necessarily listening to your body? Always, 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 you got to listen to your body. I interact probably equally with raw vegans out there and raw till 4 people. Now, like I said, I don't want to throw the raw vegan thing under the bus, or the fully raw vegan thing under the bus, because I follow probably, I can think right off the top of my head, 5 or 6 or 7 fully raw people that I feel like they're pretty balanced, and they're doing things the right way, and they're getting plenty of everything in their diet. But what I see with a lot of the, especially a lot of the newbies, and then there's just a lot of people out there that are just on some trip with this raw vegan thing about, it's just always about detoxing and cleansing and clearing out, and I'm on this trip and whatever, and they're just not eating enough. Sorry. I'm going to just tell you straight out, a lot of folks out there that I'm interacting with that are doing the fully raw vegan simply aren't eating enough. They're just not getting enough calories, and as I spoke about in last video or the video before, when the calories are low, you have a better chance of having deficiencies of minerals and vitamins and what have you. Yeah, I've used some of this stuff before. Like I say, this old head doesn't work. But like I say, it's always an evolving thing. Don't get so caught up in what am I? What am I? What am I? We're always just so consumed with this, what am I? I'm a raw vegan. I do raw, I'm raw. I kind of like raw, you can't say I'm a raw till 4. You say I do raw till 4. Okay, this was a good one. I think I did this one. Oh, fudge. Which video did I do this one in? But anyway, this is a good little point right here. It's just like, I'm looking at things yesterday. That's why I will never shut the door and say, hey, I can't even say that I'm working towards 100% fully raw. Because every time, I'm feeling great. You know, when I'm here in Costa Rica, about the only thing that I eat that could be, that may have some cooking going on is nuts. And I don't eat a lot of nuts. But, excuse me. Sorry about that. I thought somebody was at the door for a second there. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, but you know, then I think I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I mean, and I feel great. You know, eating as raw as I am right now, I feel great. Now, when I do go to the States, I think I've told you guys, there's not, the best thing I can tell you on this cooked versus raw debate is I eat fully raw all the time in Costa Rica now for close to 9 months or a year. I can't remember the last time I've eaten cooked food here. I go to the States and I eat cooked food. I eat a fair amount of cooked food when I'm in the States. I don't eat cooked food every day, and when I do eat cooked food, I usually will just have it one meal. I'm pretty much, when I'm eating cooked in the States, I'm pretty much doing raw to 4 then. Just not every day. There's probably, I'd say a good portion, about half the days I'm not eating cooked food. But I'm eating raw to 4. And I'm only, like if I'm eating cooked food, I'm still only eating it for one meal or one piece of the day. So I just can't get, you know, all excited about that. And the thing is if it took me a long time, like if I went to the States and ate my cooked food and I came back here to Costa Rica and it just took me damn near a month to get that out of my body or get back to feeling a certain way, I'd give it a little bit more thought about just really dropping all the cooked food altogether, even when I travel home. But it doesn't. It takes me about, I mean, I feel great while I'm in the States, even though I'm a little bit lazier, because I'm just lazy when I go up there, but I feel great. And when I'm back in Costa Rica, I always get kind of this little, not sick, but just I have one day of low energy, you know, when I fly, no matter what. But after that, I'm good. So this cooked food that I'm eating in the States, what I'm trying to get at, is not weighing me down. It's not leaving trace elements that's blogging me and doing this and that in my body. I'm fine once I get back here to it. And you know, I read stuff, and when I'm doing my research, you know, I'm like, sometimes I'm moving towards, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I think probably eventually I will be fully raw. And then I see things like, you know, I like my broccoli. And it's not even just a matter of liking. And people will argue till the cows come home, but there's a lot of these things like broccoli, spinach. There's some debate on spinach, like if lightly cooking it actually breaks down the cell walls so you can actually absorb some of the nutrients better. Now, I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit there and not, if I find this out, and I'm not saying I do, I'm not cooking broccoli right now when I'm in the States. I'll still eat it raw and stuff down here. But if I find out, or if I think that broccoli is going to be more nutritious for my body by steaming it, I'm going to steam it. I'm not going to sit around and be like, I'm in the raw vegan club. I can't have cooked food. So even though this is a good choice, even though this is a better way to eat this, I can't do it. Same way with beans. Now, beans are more for the protein thing, but I've even looked into that. You know, at some point, I might want to add beans into my diet. Am I going to worry about it if I do? No. No. I mean, just because I do a channel and I talk about raw vegan food, I'm selfish. I'm still working for my optimal health. And if I think that eating meat, I don't care, and I'll be transparent with it. You know, people talk about raw people out there, or vegans that eat stuff and then they do their YouTube channels. Now, I am transparent with you guys. I can't tell you everything, and I'm going to forget things at times, but if I did that, I would tell you, okay, I'm eating beans now, and I'm eating beans on a regular basis. I don't see that coming. Honestly, I see myself moving closer towards fully raw. I don't think I'll ever give up cooked food altogether, just because I don't see any reason in it other than to be able to put that label on yourself. In fact, I'm such a contrarian that I would probably just every once in a while eat cooked food just so I can't say that I'm fully raw vegan. But anyhow, the message of this one, I've done these videos before pretty much with the same theme. I just kind of assume I don't assume that everybody that sees me goes back and watches every video. So I like to throw this one, you know, and also for new people that are just coming to the vegan lifestyle, maybe passing through raw to 4, transitioning to fully raw, or maybe staying in raw to 4. Hey, you're on a whole food plant-based diet, so it's all good. Don't sit around and stress and spend half your time worrying about, oh, should I be 100% raw, or should I do this, or should I do this, when you've already made huge changes in your life. Work on being clean. I'll go back to that all the time. Work on a clean diet with a lot of fruits and vegetables in there. Get as much organic as you can. If you're listen, I don't know what the tipping point is about, like, well, how much is too much cooked food? Should we eat any cooked food? But I just know one thing. If you're putting a whole lot of fruits and vegetables in your body and you haven't done that before, you're going to the moon, man. Your energy is going to rise through the roof. So focus on being healthy. Don't focus on joining a club or having a label. Hope you guys like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel and share this one so maybe a newbie or two will get their hands on it. See you guys later. Peace.